Okay, thank you for that. So I'll just read through the model diagram first, and then if you have your phone, you can just take your screenshot of the page, because I'll log in using my handset and then we'll draw it manually, step by step. So these are malaria transmission model description, and it says that we have the susceptible humans becoming exposed to malaria when they are bitten by infected mosquito. So they're becoming exposed and not infected. This transition is determined by the transmission rate parameter, which is effective human mosquito contact rate from mosquito to humans, denoted by beta humans. So individuals in the exposed compartment progress to being infected humans due to the incubation period at rate alpha. So after being exposed, they progress to getting infected, and what defines them getting infected is that rate alpha. Infected humans eventually recover from malaria due to treatment or their immune status systems response. So that means from S we have E, we have I, then we have R. The transition is represented by the recovery rate parameter for humans, that is gamma. In this example, recovered individuals become reinfected as soon as waning off of the immunity, soon after waning off of the immunity. So that means SEIRS again, and the duration from R recovery back to S is D days. So again, we have the mosquito compartment, and we are saying, or rather model, and we are saying that the susceptible mosquitoes become infected when they feed on infected humans. Now we see an interaction between susceptible mosquito and infected humans. This transition is determined by the transmission rate parameter for human to mosquito, because it's the humans now infecting the susceptible mosquito, denoted by beta mosquito. Mosquitoes in the infected mosquitoes compartment do not transit further in this basic model, so they just remain at a dead end, as they can transmit the disease to susceptible humans when they bite. Thank you. So I hope you've taken a screenshot of this. I'll just join using my handset and then we start off. Just give me a minute or so. So you can see there's a question from Idrissa: do humans infect mosquito? So whatever transmits malaria is Plasmodium, right? And Plasmodium mosquito, they don't have Plasmodium within them. They have to get them from infected blood. So what I meant is that when they suck blood from an infected human, they don't eat that.
Dr. Robert, you're not clear. We cannot hear you well.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, very well now.
Okay, just let me know when you can't hear me. Trying to share my screen. I can't see myself scribbling anything. Zoom. Okay. So we are saying that we have people coming from the susceptible compartment. Transiting through the the I, susceptible, R, but S, mosquito, M, M, and all the above are H for humans. So the description says susceptible humans become exposed to malaria when bitten by infected mosquito, and the transition is determined by rate parameter beta H. So we have beta H. Here we have beta M. So individuals in the exposed progress to being infected at the rate alpha. Exposed to infected is rate alpha. And then recovery is a gamma. And then we have back after D days. So we say it's an inverse of D. That's 1 over D. But then how do these susceptible mosquito become infected? They have to interact with these individuals here. And these infected, they have to interact with these individuals here. So let me just read through the whole thing and see if we got it right. So susceptible humans become exposed to malaria when they are bitten by infected mosquito. So we have the susceptible getting exposed when they become bitten by the infected mosquito, and then they transit to exposed humans at the rate beta humans. Individuals in the exposed compartment progress to being infected humans due to the incubation period at rate alpha. So this exposed, they'll progress to being infected at rate alpha. Infected humans eventually recover from malaria due to treatment or their own immune response. The transition is represented by recovery rate parameter for humans, gamma, So this here recover that rate. In this example, recovered individuals become reinfected soon after warning of their immunity. The duration is D days. So they go back after D days. We said if it's D days, you do an inverse, then you get the rate, inverse of the duration. Now you have susceptible mosquito infected when they feed on infected humans. So these are susceptible mosquito. When they feed on infected humans, they become infected. This transition is determined by rate parameter from humans to mosquito noted as beta M. Mosquitoes in the infected compartment do not transit further. So that is what we have. And there's just one mistake that I've done. So we're saying that this beta here, actually into these interactions. So beta H, beta mosquito. Sorry for that. So then we want to develop the grouping equations. So the first equation that we're going to develop, so the number of equations is determined by the number of compartments. So you can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we do change the susceptible over time, change in the units. Change. So who can tell us what leads to, what determines DSH DT, change in the susceptible humans over time? So just think of it this way. What should happen for someone to be infected with malaria? Anyone?
They have to be bitten by an infected mosquito.
Exactly. They have to be bitten by an infected mosquito. What else?
They have to be susceptible.
Mm-hmm.
You mean they have to be susceptible, they have to be bitten by an infected mosquito, then they get exposed.
Exactly. So these susceptible humans, they have to interact with infected mosquito, right? But then when they interact, the force of infection, what determines whether someone is bitten or infected, is this beta here. So times the beta for humans. What else defines the numbers that are here, apart from those who live? Now these have become infected, so they live. That is minus. What else? What else affects the compartment S? The number in S is affected by those who live plus.
Yes, Dr. Robert. But also we don't know what assumption is made. So because these people also be affected by, S will also be removed by those also perhaps like natural causes, and also perhaps who are the recruitment. So we don't know the assumptions, but if they were recruitment, then we would also assume that they're being affected by the recruitment.
Thank you for that. That is true. But for the description that we just went through and what we dealt with yesterday, we are not adding people due to births or removing people with natural deaths. So the other thing that will affect that will be the recoveries. So just think of it as what determines the numbers that are here. It is basically those who leave and those who come in. And those who leave, for someone to leave this specific compartment, the susceptible must interact with this infected mosquito. That is the susceptible infected mosquito. And the force of infection is this one here, the beta humans. Because they live, we denote it as a subtraction from the compartment. And we have those who are coming in. We have those who are coming in from the recovery. And the rate of recovery is 1 over the duration of recovery times those who are there in the recovery compartment. Now, when you go to the exposed, what will affect the numbers in the exposed compartment?
Those coming in and then those who are leaving.
Okay. So those who are coming in from where?
From the susceptible.
Exactly. So it is this compartment, right? So if it's that section, it will come here and be a plus because they're going in. So they've left here and they're going into the exposed. So it will be those who left who are coming in minus those who are now leaving. And those who are leaving, of all those who are exposed, they're leaving at rate alpha. So it will just be alpha times those who are there at that particular time point. So that way. And then what of the, yes?
Why don't we add in the ones who have entered S3 recovery here?
Or because those are susceptible, right?
Yes.
They are not exposed. And we are looking at the number of exposed at that particular time till.
Okay.
So they are exposed, and now we're looking at they are susceptible, and now we're looking at the exposed. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes. So those who are exposed is a result of those who will live here, susceptible, into the exposed compartment, minus those now who are leaving the exposed compartment, and the rate of leaving is alpha multiplied by the number that is there at that particular time point. So boy child, I need one boy child to speak. Steven, maybe you can help us define the equation for the IDT. What affects the infected compartment?
Thank you. Thank you. Well, what we have the people that are coming in. Those are quite exposed times their rate. Then we also remember the being reduced by the factor of the mosquito going this side. So we would also add them. I mean, actually, yes, let me see. Because the interaction of a mosquito biting those infected, but actually we remove those ones who are perhaps who are dying of natural causes, and those that are recovering.
Thank you. I agree to the last part. Remember, this example didn't have background demographics in terms of births and deaths. So those who are leaving the exposed, they're now going into the infected compartment. So it will be D E of H. Sorry, that's alpha. Alpha E of H minus those who are now recovering. So recovering is gamma. Sorry. The infected who are recovering, and they're recovering at that rate. Now remember, this is an interaction that doesn't lead to any loss in population. The mosquito and the human population, because even after
Dr. Robert, we cannot hear you.